Hey everybody, Saul Marquez with the Outcomes Rocket. I want to welcome you back to our podcast today. I have the privilege of being with AJ Hanna at Element Blue. AJ, welcome.
Thanks. Great to be here, Saul. Thanks for taking some time.
Yes, absolutely. It's my pleasure. And so we're here at the Becker's Health IT NRCM conference.
Yes.
AJ, tell us a little bit about Element Blue.
Sure.
And the work they do there.
Sure. So Element Blue is a part of Tequila Automation. And what we do...
Did you just say tequila?
I did. I did say tequila.
I like this.
It certainly starts a conversation when you say it. So, but we're a healthcare-focused intelligent automation consultancy and system integrator. So we partner with a technology called UiPath, which is the leading platform in robotic process automation. Yep. And what we do is we go in and advise clients on where are the right places to look for automation opportunities, what are the right metrics to look for in deciding what you want to automate, helping them set up their programs, providing them with the technology if they need it, providing software. But mostly what we want to do, it's putting technology in is one thing. Putting it in the right place for the right reason is something entirely different. And so with our experience in healthcare, we're able to go to organizations, large hospitals, payers, and say, here's what we've experienced, here's what we say, and let's focus on the business process more than the technology itself. The technology is important, but it's innate. It's the business process that we're most concerned.
You don't know where to start, and oftentimes you need sort of that vision, that guidance to be able to invest the limited dollars into those automation processes that could help with retention, with recruitment, and overall profitability. So talk to us about insights here from Becker's. Like, what have you learned that has been insight?
I've been in healthcare for 30 years. Spent 15 years with a payer, spent about 7 years with a provider before I totally dedicated to this space. And that was 10 years ago. 10 years later, it's amazing to me how many people this concept is still somewhat new to. So the technology itself, robotic process automation, is 10 years old. So you have a tendency to think that everybody knows about this space, has some insight and some depth to it. But I attended one of the sessions yesterday, which really had some people on a panel going through for RPA 101 still. And so there are still a lot of people who are curious. They maybe have heard about it, maybe have dipped their toe in it. Yeah. But, in healthcare, because of the security regulations around data, because of the particular subject matter you're dealing with, it was health and their private information and so on. Outside of treatment and diagnostics, historically, healthcare has been reticent to utilize technology outside of something that will help them treat someone in a quickly and more effective way, or diagnose more quickly and effectively. So these activities that are more administrative based, although this technology is more and more being used in a clinical interface as well. How do we take time off the doctor's schedule from administrative work? How do we take administrative activity off the physician's plate? But it's still a relatively new technology that everybody seems to know they need to do it, but they're not sure how to get started.
And that's the nice thing about coming to these events. You're able to get out of your normal and see that, wow, there is a big need, and there may not be as much understanding. It's sort of like the curse of knowledge, right? When you do it, you feel like everybody else knows it.
Right.
But then you get out of your bubble and you're like, oh, wow, there's a huge need for this.
Right.
And it sounds like you tapped into that here. Thanks for sharing that, AJ. Look, if anybody that's listening and watching us today wants to reach out and needs some guidance,
sure,
and wants to start a conversation, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, certainly they can contact me, aj@elementblue.com, and I can have an initial conversation, connect you with people within the organization, and what I'll say is we're going to start with what's the business problem. We're going to start with what problem is it you're trying to solve, or what challenge are you facing. And then really, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So we're going to find the things that you should be automating, not necessarily everything that you can, to make sure you're getting that value immediately up front as you do your implementations.
I love the direct kind of start with where they're at and where the problem is. So folks, check out AJ and Element Blue. We'll leave their information in the show notes. So make sure you check them out and take action, because I always say on the rocket, on the outcomes rocket, you take action to get results. Absolutely. I appreciate you taking action and being with us today.
Thanks. I appreciate it for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Yep. And we'll see you guys later. Take care.